podcast.
Welcome to the Space Debris. It's a new day.
Welcome to the spray. Yes, sir.
How's it
How
going?
we doing today? Same question, same answer.
Yeah, we're
Doing
hitting
pretty
back
good.
and forth. Yeah, I'm good. All's good. All's well. All's
Excited
good.
to do another
All's well.
podcast.
Yeah, it's been a minute. That was, we were figuring stuff out. Kaz isn't here. He's busy. He's around though. He'll hop in sometimes. He's actually in New Hampshire, someplace flea marketing today. I'm super jealous. Love the flea market.
Yeah, that does sound fun.
Yeah, they get some good flea markets up there.
So what are we going to talk about today?
So something that's kind of interesting that I didn't really think about with like our name backwards, Space Debris Podcast. We're gonna blow up no matter what, man, because more and more we're gonna start seeing news stories about space debris. Because the problem is just
it's all the time.
It's growing exponentially, more or less. And there was a news story the other day, and it was like space debris. I was like, "What? They're talking about us?"
Yeah, no, I think Tesla's underwater right now over the space debris. Are they not?
I don't know. Maybe that's more of it. So what? Musk had some space. Oh, yeah. Some of the space debris they think came from one of the SpaceX, right? I think, and then yeah, he's
landed in Australia, I believe.
Yeah, that was the other one that landed outside the Philippines near like Palawan or something. That is China. And apparently China's not like usually, like, let's say I throw up something in the sky and it's like gonna land on my neighbor's house. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, knock, knock, knock. My bad, but something's about to fall down on your house." So I guess that's like a thing internationally that they keep records and like tracking of anything that they put in space, right? It's like responsible. Like we're gonna throw this fucking thing up in space, and here's the data just in case it fucks with you guys, or
I mean, you can't even fly a drone because of planes, so surely NASA and other, rocket people surely have some kind of protocol for re-entry of space debris.
Yeah, and I guess China's just like, no, that's okay. We're not gonna.
China don't care. I hope it don't have a virus attached to it. What kind of debris was it? I didn't even see the Philippines.
Well, I think there's even video of it. Here, let me get the share video up and running. Yeah, we'll find the video.
That's awesome.
We'll find it. Oh, this is different. Here, space. That's what it was. Space junk. And I used to jump between space junk and space debris as like a name, and space debris, just such nice, that debris word, right? It's a good word.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Vice put up, it's not just Vice, it's all over the place. Space junk crashing all over the world, upsetting everyone. And as you said, Australia. I mean, it's pretty fucking crazy, really, if you think about it. Like, it's like being in a minefield, and then you put all the mines there. I mean, I guess that's kind of how it is anyways. But, like, we're literally, like, building a shell of debris around us that can actually also just fall anywhere at any point in time.
As I was reading one of the articles about some of the space debris falling currently, one of them said that some scientists said that in the next decade, there's a 5% chance that somebody will be killed by space debris. Which, if you consider how big the ocean is, and what's the odds of it hit
Yeah,
us.
it's
There's
nuts.
just so much shit out there in space, so many satellites.
People lightning, right? I mean, I know it's different. I think 3 people just died from a lightning strike in Washington, like last
Yeah,
night.
I heard about that.
Yeah, there's been
Yeah,
this
I sure did.
really nutty storm across the U.S. right now. We're getting really crazy. I'm right on the water on the East Coast, and the cloud that we're getting at night. Like, I'm literally out there taking cloud photos like an idiot. That was our. Oh, I guess you're not gonna be able to see that too well here.
I can see it a little bit there.
Yeah, I could ear share, but this other one, I really need to find it. That's
Oh
Texas. That's
wow,
not me. That's not me. That's a
that
I
looks
can
pretty
find her.
wild.
It was on Twitter. They're like these Texas storm chasers, but the cloud formations are just getting so intense lately. Uh, I wonder if it's related. Like all these extra storms, all these bizarre clouds, and now like the space debris just popping around everywhere. So let's see. Basically, debris from 2 different orbital missions come crashing down in recent weeks. There you go. There's one rural Australia you mentioned. I think that's SpaceX. And then right here, off the coast of the
Supposedly,
Philippines. Yeah, I guess we have no clue. Could be aliens. Like, fuck you. Like,
you never know.
they're up there just like kicking. So like, they don't have to do it. Like, whoops. They just hang out in
Maybe,
in orbit. Like, boop. Oh, I bumped that. Whoops, that wasn't
it'd be nice if
crashes
they
down.
dropped some capsules for us to check out.
Well, I think there is one in Mexico, but I also think that's
What?
probably a fraud or something. Or frog. Fraud or
A
frog.
frog?
Fraud or
There's a
frog. Welcome
capsule.
to the new game show. Capsule. Yeah. Well, here, let's just to see exactly what happened to this.
Okay.
Um so yeah, like you said, people are getting more concerned about this debris hitting them, right? I mean, I don't, could for real though. Like one time, I woke up. The routine. Like you wake up, get in your car, you go to work. This is back when I drove. I'm only commuter now, but no joke. One time I got up. I do your same routine you do every day. I go to get in my car. I'm half asleep, and I'm like, something's not right. My car was demolished.
What?
Yeah, I was like, whoa, wait, something's not, this isn't right. But I was really lucky. They put a note on my windshield, and it was like, sorry, I crashed your car. Like, it happened to be like an old folks or disabled ride share type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those cars that'll pick up people that can't get around or the disabled or something. So somebody driving
Yeah.
that side swiped my car while I was parked. So I literally wake up and just go, my car is just destroyed pretty much. I mean, I couldn't go to
And
work.
then they just left it and left a
Yeah, they
note.
left it. They left a note where I got in contact with them. I mean, I ended up having to. I think I had to total that, and but I got insurance took care of it, and they took care of it. But kind of like that. Like imagine you just wake up, you haven't done anything. You open your
Yeah.
door, and then there's like a satellite just like wedged into 20 feet into your earth, in a giant hole, right? That would
It,
be,
it wasn't far from that in Australia or the Philippines.
yeah, yeah. You just look, like it's just the most unfair. I mean, it's bad enough like you get bad storms or tornadoes, from Mother Nature, but this is like us. Like somebody fucking built that thing and now it's in my driveway or whatever. So, I mean, I guess they need to see, and this wasn't us, we're not saying, we have no messages about any nations or anything. This dude said the People's Republic of China did not share the trajectory information. It was called Long March 5B rocket. And they're using it to say, all spacefaring nations should follow established best practices and do their part to share this type of information. And then he goes on. I hate
Well,
multi-tweets.
Tesla did not claim the one that went into Australia either. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They did
Yeah.
say that.
Well, I
What I
think that.
read about it is that they didn't have enough fuel to burn their exit trajectory, and they didn't claim responsibility, but they did talk about a mistake they made.
That's what I understood. Like, it wasn't supposed to happen. Like, it was some sort of accident. Whereas, like, when they do rockets, they know, like, it's guaranteed coming back
Yeah.
down. But yeah, I mean, it's just shitty. I mean, but yeah, so it streaked across the skies over the end during an uncontrolled re-entry. Out of control. Oh, so yeah, I guess they lost control over it. And they're barely missing Palawan Island in the Philippines. No
Well, I
casualties.
think they call that the uncontrolled reentry. I think they just say that if they
Sure.
don't specifically say where it's going to reenter at.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
not that
throwing.
they had problems, but they just didn't tell anybody that it was going to reenter.
Back in the day, being a little kid or whatever, you go off like a porch or something, and you get like eggs. You know what I mean? You just
Yeah.
like they're gonna land somewhere, like, but you're not necessarily throwing them at a specific house or anything.
They I had a friend, and I've always wondered about this. He was sitting in his living room watching television when a bullet went through his ceiling
Dude,
and hit the floor.
through his
Yeah, I've
ceiling.
always wondered. Yeah, where
Oh,
somebody just shot it up in the air,
yeah, like
probably
woohoo,
many miles away, and it went back and went through his ceiling.
dude. That's like
Yeah.
percentage wise more rare
Oh,
than
yeah.
space debris. There was a story
Oh,
once too where
probably.
somebody did it and like hit somebody in the ass or something like that. Dude,
I
that's
don't know,
crazy.
but
I thought you were gonna say
the guy
like a
the
drive
guy
by
who
or
told me,
somebody on
I
his wall.
totally trust him.
Oh
No.
yeah. Who? Well, how do you
Yeah,
make
he's
up?
like a real. I mean, bullets get shot in Tennessee a lot, so it's bound to happen. But it's just so rare that it does.
So like, was he close to it when it happened, or like he just noticed
Yeah,
the?
he was pretty close to it. Like he's seen the bullet hit, go, you know,
Oh my
go
god.
through his roof, and I can't remember what he said it hit after, but yeah.
I I get like super OCD about that stuff. Like like you think you see something out of the corner of your eye, and I was like,
Yeah.
you check it. I think from that point on, everything I'd be like, is that a bull?
I've
You know what I
always had
mean?
this weird. Yeah, I got something kind of similar to that. Every time I hear a bullet from a gunshot, for about 2 seconds from the time I hear a bullet, I always am a little bit like, is it going to hit me and explode my brain? For about 2 seconds, I'm a little paranoid after each gunshot.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear
But
you.
there's
And
hunting
now,
goes around all around.
yeah. Imagine being in war, like all that PTSD, right? I mean, it's
Oh
no
man,
joke. It's just,
you
it's like
probably
a virtual
be like
hell.
city noise. Yeah, yeah, it would be like a virtual hell, wouldn't it?
Yeah. We'll get into that sometime. Maybe next episode. We'll probably record tomorrow or something if you're up for it. But so here,
Yeah, we can do that.
let's watch this video. So this was into orbit on July 24. Okay, so it was on the 31st. Dude, I can't believe it's August. Wow. All right, so July
Yeah,
31st.
blind.
Check out this video.
What?
Right?
That's insane.
Dude, it looks like some hologram or like weird fireworks. Because, like, I guess, it's debris. So, like, the main part, as it re enters the atmosphere, starts to kind of shed off into different fragments. So, it's like this, like, train. It literally looks like a comet.
Yeah, it
But,
looks
like,
amazing.
it looks like if you told, like, an FX guy, like, digital effects, like, oh, make it look like a comet going through space or something. You know what I mean? Like you'd overdo it. Like, oh, let me put extra particles and trajectory. 6 million
It really
views.
looks like a fantastic firework that's
That's what
been blasted from. Yeah, see, he's got it upside down now, and it looks just like a firework.
I wonder if that's why he did it.
But look at that. Wonder why that one is glowing blue on and off, like it had an on and off. Did you notice that?
It's gotta be it's on fire. And depending on the material, like alloy,
Type
whatever.
of metal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that's probably.
and different oxygen levels, I think, play with whether it's ignited or not, and all these. It's
But
probably
it
fucking
could be
spinning like that. You
a
never know.
component, but
Sure,
probably not.
could be
Probably not.
anything. Wiring or chips or. I
Well, I
mean,
was thinking they may had a blinking light on the rocket, but probably not, and it probably wouldn't have made it back through the atmosphere if it did. But
yeah.
that's what it's really looked like. It was like a tracking light. But you're
Well,
probably
and
right. Just
it also can reflect, I think, like moon, like light and stuff, depending on. There's a billion things. Yeah. But isn't that nutty, man?
yeah, that's freaking awesome.
Even that, like, these dudes are probably just outside playing fucking, I don't know what you play, catch, right? And they're like,
Yeah,
oh, what's that? And
man.
you're there. I mean, I guess if I saw that, I'd be like, well, aliens.
Yeah, that's immediately what I thought.
But then once you piece it
I'm gonna
together, what?
I'm gonna have to start looking up at the sky more at
Oh, I
night and
do.
see what's going.
I do.
Yeah, there's
I
there's
look
so
up
many lights and things moving.
and I look down. And that's why I found that space jelly. Star jelly, man. I still look every
Yeah,
day when I'm coming back home from work. I look at that spot. It it's got a weird vibe now to it. I'm like, oh.
yeah. The explanation for the space jelly does not seem like a good explanation to me. Honestly, it's like the most made up sounding thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. The benefit too of looking down though, like I switch between like staring up and down. Down will help, because you don't trip or anything. I've found so much money on the ground. One
Hmm.
time, $100 bill,
Oh
like
wow.
folded up a bunch, and like it's always me. I'm like, is that a? I found like tons of like marijuana, like bags,
Golly.
different places. Like you
All right.
find this stuff on the ground
I
out there.
guess
So,
I
do you ever see?
guess I'll have to start looking down.
It all depends on the areas.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear this story? There was like a dude that would go in New York and somehow extract the dust, the gold dust off the streets, and he'd actually make like good money.
I can see that.
Oh,
There's so much there, but
all right.
I wonder how the gold flakes get there because that's kind of
Well, it's super interesting. So, I guess there's a little bit of gold somehow in the street. And anyways, I can't. I'm not sure about that. But like literally dust from people's jewelry, like just falling off. Like there's it's so condensed with people and stuff that
yeah.
like the dust from their jewelry is enough to just sweep up and make money off
That's
of it.
ridiculous. Could you? I bet diamonds off of rings would be something that would be,
Well, that's the other thing.
if
So
you
they
really
find
look. Yeah.
real jewelry. They do find diamonds. There was like a whole. It was like a thing. People were doing this for a bit. Hold on, I'll pull it up in a
Man.
second. So we checked out this cool space. See, and they even said meteor spotted. At the time they didn't know this was actually like part of a rocket. Look at that, 110,000. Sorry, it's not meteor. It's the rocket. My bad. And you did a face palm. Dude, it's just nuts. So what I was
I
thinking
would
though,
have thought the same thing.
of course, well again, or the aliens. But the more this comes an issue, the more prevalent, more we're gonna see space debris in the news. So all this junk up there's
For
doing
sure.
promo work for us. Like
Yeah. That
10
was
years from
a
now,
good
space,
choice there.
right? 10 years from now, space debris is gonna be like the biggest thing everybody's talking about. And they're gonna get confused. They're gonna be like, "Wait, you mean that podcast with like Nick James and Kevin?" And oh no, oh, okay. Who knows?
You
Okay,
never
so
know.
let's close this out. I want to see if I can find something. Gold dust off New York streets. I'm just curious because I have no idea where I heard this or where I saw. Here's somebody. We could check that
Yeah,
out.
he's panning. Yeah, I wonder what he did.
Golden diamonds. So this is likely a fake, but all right. I think
You know, I bet they vacuum the cracks
they do. They do.
because that's how you gold pan. You go into the creeks or rivers and whatnot, and you
So
get down into the cracks of the
you might
rocks.
not know about. I'm obsessed with those Gold Rush shows. I've seen
Oh,
every
really?
episode of Gold Rush. They're on like season 11 or 12 now. I've watched all the offshoots. I've watched Australian gold shows. I've watched
Oh,
Canadian
wow.
gold shows. I've literally looked up international gold shows to watch them. I've watched ones out
That's cool.
of South America. So I don't know what it is. They even have a
It's
video game.
interesting.
I don't have any interest in the video game per se. It's it's almost like you know how like people put on The Office for like, oh, they're my friends and family, and I just like having it on in the background. I kind of like that with the gold shows because it's just so interesting with the trucks. You know, it's everything's so much. It's kind of like
Yeah.
computer equipment. You know, in the same sense of running anything. Like you got to rent this thing. We're running this. We need this to get that over there, and that's broken. So now we need
Yeah.
this thing to fix that, and now I don't know what it is,
Like
but
farming simulator almost.
yeah,
I've
farming
actually
gold.
went gold panning in real life quite well, not quite a few times.
So where in Tennessee?
Um, at the border of Tennessee and North Carolina, there's this place. It's called Coker's Creek,
Yeah, because I was going to say
and
I
there's
think
never
there's.
been an actual. They've never found the main source of gold that's there,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they
the
used to
vein.
mine that area. Yeah, I guess, but they used to mine it like uh, in commercially, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and they mined it out. But you can still go there now to this day and get because back in the day, they want if they didn't get a whole lot of gold,
Yeah,
you
the
know
value wasn't
they
there.
didn't care. But now it's like some flex is worth a trip. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got a pan and I don't have a sluice box or anything, but I got a pan and a screen, and yeah, it's really fun. I
Yeah,
love it. It's
it's.
relaxing, and
Yeah, I was going to say relaxing, except for when you've got like millions on the line, and it's a real deal. But just for the
yeah,
chill of like, oh, I've got some earth, and let's see what's in there. Um.
but
So
it's
here,
really tricky. I would love to go and
me
yeah,
too.
the that dirt is or the gold's way heavier than the other things.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever the water flushes through it, I'm sure you know already by watching the shows, the dirt is and other debris, rocks and whatnot, are lighter than gold. So whenever water's rushing through it and it's vibrated or shaken, the
Yeah. Well,
gold
they
will settle to the bottom.
they have
So
pneumatic riffles too, which are it's like if you really want to. So you get the right angle, you get the right amount of water rushing it down, and that's what miner's moss. The gold gets locked in there, everything goes. But the pneumatic riffles are those like little ridges They actually shoot water and kind of move too, that help push the dirt out more, because you don't want to get, if the dirt gets jammed in there, the gold gets flushed out the box.
Yeah.
Dude,
But
every
the
episode,
gold is so heavy for the. Yeah.
every episode, there's a line where like, you're flushing the gold out the box.
Oh no. Can't do that.
So yeah, I think this was the story I saw back in 2011. So it was specifically about this one dude, Rafi Stepanian. He was crawling around New York's Diamond District on his hands and knees, plucking jewels and fragments of precious metals from between the slabs. Armed with a pair of tweezers, Mr. Stepanian, an unemployed diamond setter from Queens, claimed to have collected 1,010 worth in the past fortnight. Fortnite! I'm surviving on it, he said.
$500 a week.
Yeah.
That's not too shabby.
I'm curious what those videos. Is this a video about him? Queensman. It's like that movie Kingsman. What are they gonna play?
Done with nothing but a tweezer and a butter knife.
I've been involved in the jewelry industry, intermittently.
Wow. Oh, there it is. Yeah,
With
I saw.
tiny
This is what I
particles
saw.
embedded in the cracks of sidewalks. This freelance diamond setter has a unique talent for spotting precious metals.
Yeah.
Dude's
I
ripped.
mean, yeah, I'm sure you can get good stuff, but that look pretty gross.
So here he says material falls off clothes, on the bottom of shoes, it drops off jewelry, falls in the dirt, and sticks to the gum on the street.
Man, New York, it's just you can do anything there. You can literally do anything there.
Right there. 6 days, he collected enough gold for 2 sales, totaling 819. Wow. Yeah, that's a good point. The stones are already cut and manufactured, so it's a step above a mine. Man, it is really nuts. So let's watch this fake like YouTuber dude, Klesh. This is from March this year.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So tomorrow.
So let's see, how's he doing?
Yeah, it looks
dude,
almost like the guy.
2 million views.
Oh wow. Mad Men, the main guy from Mad Men.
Oh, John Hamm or something?
Yeah, don't this dude give you John Hamm vibes?
I guess.
A B-roll John Hamm.
Yeah. One thing I did used to do, my dad always would metal detectors. Did you ever do that?
I did, but I didn't have much of my metal detector. It wasn't too great, you know.
I literally had a metal detector up until like 3 months ago. My father was like, "Oh, can I get that back?" I forget where he was going, but because I live, by the ocean, it's like the best thing to do is just walk up and down the beach with the metal detector.
Yeah. Where you live, there's been people there for hundreds of years.
Yeah, exactly.
You can find all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, no, we found
Like in
stuff
my area, it's not.
We've gone to like Plymouth area, like OG settlers area, because it's not too far away,
Yeah.
And I've found little things like old coins. You actually end up finding, not even with the metal detector, just because you're digging around, you end up finding like arrowheads and stuff. I've got a couple arrowheads I found.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's
Heck yeah.
it's fun, it's.
But on the beach would be,
Yeah,
top
because
notch.
you're finding stuff that like people lost and stuff. I think I found a ring once, nothing too crazy.
Now, we spoke about metal detecting and gold mining. Have you ever heard of like fishing, like throwing out a claw out into the river or ocean?
Oh, sure,
and then
sure.
reeling it. Yeah.
They did that.
Or if
supposedly, there's a lake, like a small lake in like Malden that has this like 150-year-old horse and buggy. Like the horse went in there and like it settled at the bottom, like and
Oh man.
still there. And like people would always talk about like, oh, we should try to pull it up. Why? What's going on
Oh
with that?
man. Oh, nothing. That's really cool. It just made me think about the Trailer Park Boys with Bubbles
Getting the
pulling those.
carts.
Yeah, getting the carts out.
Yeah, Cartboy.
Oh man. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
if you
good.
got a yeah.
I mean,
He
it makes
said,
sense.
I can't remember what he said. This one's got good wheels on it or something. This is the
Yeah, he's like, good fucking
prime car.
good wheels.
Yeah.
Look on the cat. Yeah, he's so good.
He is.
I took a picture with him and I've got it. Like I found it a couple weeks ago and I was like, oh, I want to put that on, but I don't know what I did.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's so normal
Yeah, that's
in person though. He's like, hey, like very low key, just not celebrity-ish at all. Like, yeah, it's cool.
well.
So I guess this guy is claiming he took dirt off the street, right? I mean, he shouldn't claim us, I guess.
Not getting harassed by police. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up. I absolutely saw some cool stuff that I
He's using like a Dyson or something.
sucked up. The lighting is
That's
very
a good
bad here,
idea.
so
Yeah,
I wasn't able to film it.
Something-
I mean, do people say? Well, we'll see if it's real or not after.
But we'll see that back at home. All right, here's the box from New York. Let's go ahead and open it up. All right, so I got 7 or 8 bags of this stuff here. I double bagged everything and more than I have to. So I'm just gonna burn it
I feel like he left.
and that'll leave behind.
I feel like he left the cigarette butts in there to make it seem more like, oh yeah, that's real. But like realistically, like you're doing that detailed pickup work and you can't fucking not put the cigarette butt in it, right? That
yeah,
seems
I
a little.
wonder. It's kind of weird that he had those bags. Like he just bagged it up and then took it back to wherever he's from. I guess I don't know.
I mean, that's not too crazy. I know when they're doing drill tests or whatever, you'll get a bucket. You know, you've got a couple 100 yards of dirt, and you'll just pop in. You know, those drill. They'll drill down 30, 40 feet. They cost a lot. Each hole's like $1,000, $2,000. So you will like label this was. You know, you drop a map and mark each. This is 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, whatever. So, you know, doing his due diligence, I could see that as legitimate. I think keeping the cigarette butts is for spectacle and could be suspicious. But let's see.
Find any kind of metals that we're looking for. I think I found a coin. Oh no, it's not a coin. It's a piece of cardboard.
That's.
I'm also going to find
What?
a lot of gold flakes, a lot of other metal flakes. Like right here, I can already see most likely gold dust.
I can't say that's
Yeah,
gold
it's not
for
moving.
sure.
So when it's not moving like
That's
that,
gold
you can see it
dust.
staying there. That's very likely gold and silver dust. So if I pan this back,
Yeah, maybe silver. I don't
know
know.
why he's got it
there should be
like
more
that,
at the
though.
top. And not only that, but we're going to see little tiny pieces of gold filings, gold jewelry and stuff like right there. And you could just tell there's so much gold in that. Look at the top there.
Yeah, look
Now,
at
like
that
I said, a
sliver.
big chunk of metal right there. That could be melted aluminum. It doesn't feel very heavy. All right, I found another
What is
one.
this music?
This one's the biggest one so far. The more of these I find, the
I don't
more
know.
What is
I
that?
don't really
they're-
like the way he pans. I
Yeah.
don't.
Everybody's got their own little
What is
panning.
this? Is it-
There's a guy in the Dave Turin Lost Mine edition of Gold Rush, and he like keeps whacking the thing, and I'm like, dude, you don't need to do that. It drives me crazy. He's like, pop, 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 pop. I'm like, you're not fucking doing anything. Stop doing that. I'm
He
sure.
had good results.
Huh?
He had good results though. The way he just.
Oh
did
yeah,
it.
yeah. Well, let's
Like
see
he's
what.
swirling it around in a rotation, whereas I will lower it down and then lift it straight up like a tilt. But he's swirling.
Yeah, I
But
do a
what
little bit of the
I haven't
swirl.
done it much.
I would get it down and then kind of shake a bit and then swirl and then shake. You know what I mean? Like kind of vibrate
Yeah.
and shake, kind of like a wavetable. But okay, let's see. He's got some random stuff, some toys, coins, nails.
You know, you
Come
can
on.
order like I can't remember what they call this. Like you know how he had those bags like the like you go out and you go through a whole bunch of medium and then you end up with a smaller amount that you really fine
Yeah,
tooth
like
comb
concentrate
over it.
or something.
Yeah, yeah, concentrates. That's actually, I believe, what they call it. You can actually buy concentrates over the internet. Now, you know, I'm not going to say if they're
Ooh.
any good or not, but yeah, you can absolutely. I got there's one that you can buy them on eBay, or I've got
Well,
a
that might be
website.
fun.
Yeah, you can buy concentrates online.
I might give that a try. That sounds fun.
Yeah, that guy that whenever I used to go over to Coker Creek, they he would sell like just
Yeah,
bags
that makes
of,
sense.
but I'm almost certain that he would just take in bags of sand
Yeah,
from the river and putting a few specks of gold in it and selling it
I'm
for
sure.
$20 and giving you $5 worth of gold. But you know,
Smart.
still,
All right, let's see if
that's
we can.
probably what they do.
All right, let's see what he's saying here. Is this all his gold?
Kind of gold. So that's why I'm thinking probably 50% of it is gold. However, earring backing and some little BBs and stuff that looks silver
It's
to
so
me.
weird though. It looks
So I would
like
say
gold, but
that between
Yeah, it's dirty,
between
you know.
25 and 50% of this is actual gold. And we're
You know,
at
purity is a thing.
20 grams, so we can
Yeah.
call it safely
yeah, and
5
also
grams of
bigger
gold,
nuggets
probably
go
closer
for a
to
whole
10 grams,
more
but
than,
just for the sake of the video,
you know,
we're going to call it 5
Yeah.
grams of gold.
Oh, he's got the big
Alright,
coin
that
in
was
the
pretty
background too.
So
You
so
see
out of
that?
out of that 20, oh god, good catch.
For the video, we're going to call it 5 grams.
Looks like he's jumping from one one to
Yeah,
the
he's
next.
a gold miner, ain't he? Yeah.
Crypto mining, street mining. So he's saying even though it weighed up to 20 out of it, he's assuming most of it's not real. So he's saying, okay, let's just say 5 of it's real. So he got about 2 grand.
Today's spot value of gold is $1,930.
That's
Gemstones back
you know,
to the jeweler.
and it's probably more than that, honestly. I would surely
Well, and-
than 5%.
And he said he sent the gemstones to a
Huge.
jeweler.
But they're really only about 1/10 of a carat for the biggest ones. So altogether, for the diamonds, just to be safe, I'm gonna say the low price of about $100. Maybe more, I don't know, but we'll call it $100. So $300
I mean, he seems
worth of gold
sincere.
plus $100 worth of diamonds.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
think we can
he's
safely call
going
that
overboard.
a haul about $400, and it's probably more than that. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs.
Well,
Let's see. I bought your gold kit. Oh, he sells a gold kit.
oh. Yeah, I just thought it was odd that he had the concentrates in like a shipping box. So he must live somewhere out of New York, and he went to New York specifically to gold mine the streets of New York.
This commenter is just like the guy we read a story about. I'm a diamond setter and I work on 47th Street. Some of that platinum is definitely from me. I have seen people with tweezers on the sidewalks. See right here, this dude says these are extremely relaxing. It is helping ease my anxiety.
There you go.
Those rubies aren't for watches. Okay, we get some people who know what's up. So this guy used to do this, and he would put on an orange reflective vest so everyone would think he worked there. Like for the city or something. That's funny.
That's a good idea.
So he's from Colorado. He went to NYC to pan off the grit and the sidewalk gaps.
Yeah.
All right.
so
I mean, it makes sense.
he-
So he did go to the jewelry district. He basically did what that guy said he did in that story.
So he about broke even with the flight and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it
Interesting.
was probably fun though.
Yeah, he's got a good community here. Everybody's pretty cool.
I would like to do it.
All right. So at least he wasn't being, crazy with it. This is kind of cool. Klesh. Shout out Klesh. A Milwaukee portable vacuum, eh? Oh, that's what
Milwaukee's good stuff.
he is. Yeah.
That's a good vacuum cleaner. I'm sure of it.
All right. So
Yeah, that guy. I like him. He's legitimate. You know what I mean?
these videos I mentioned to you before. I got to see if I can find it. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna find it now.
That's my favorite things. Cat massages.
massage. Well, you got to think it could be a couple different things. It could be humans giving a massage to cats. It could be cats giving other cats massages. It could be cats giving humans massages. But this one lady, I don't even know how to explain it. Oh, why did I spell cat with a K? Did you see that? What the hell? You know what? I'm thinking of Kit Kats.
And I seen it and I didn't even recognize that was wrong because we play VR and they got the cat VR walk around. You know what I mean? The cat VR where you stand on it and you can walk in VR.
Yeah. Well, there's that.
That's how they spell it.
The podcast King and the Sting podcast cat.
Yeah.
I do eat the Kit Kat miniatures pretty regularly.
That's true.
But this one lady, she does this thing where
it's gonna be
I think it's
to
her.
find it.
I think I found it.
Oh, really?
Let me see if this is it, and then go.
가슴털 정리에 들어가겠습니다.
Yeah, this is her. 3 million views. Bear
You're kidding.
Soongyoong. Soongyoong. She's got a bloopers link, dude.
Soongyoong.
So watch this.
Link?
Look at this. Where is it still playing? Okay. So what she'll do? Well, let's just find one and put it on.
Okay.
How to teach
Yeah,
a
you
cat.
can probably search on her profile, can't you?
Cat getting teeth clean with the real dentist. Top tier celebrity makeup. Does cats makeup? No, hold on. Bougie but suspicious cat.
From space debris to cat massages and gold,
luxury.
you never know.
But suspicious. Everything's but suspicious. But suspicious.
That's a cat for you.
The ultimate laser treatments. Get ready with me for Miss Feline World. Maybe we try that. Oh, she does shorts here. Let's just go with this one. Okay.
Is this the same cat she keeps pampering?
I don't know. So one thing I was saying, I think she drugs these cats.
Maybe, because that cat's not doing anything.
Dude, they don't move. Watch, look at. Okay. So the idea is she sets these crazy premises. So today is the day of the Miss Feline World preliminary competition. And she's looking at all of her appointments for the cat. So she's like playing that this is like this world famous cat, and like she's got all this business going on, and she's her assistant. Like she'll often use this thing that she'll say the headquarters. She'll be like, headquarters said that this is very important. Like headquarters is wants you to be ready for tomorrow. Headquarters, like so she's got this whole like fictional world universe built around these little videos that she makes on YouTube massaging her cats. It's incredible. Look at this.
Yeah, that is wild.
So
And she's doing good with it.
Oh, she's killing it. So she's got all these appointments for the day, makeup with the principal artist at 8 a.m. She takes it so serious.
Wait a minute. How long is that video? 30 minutes?
40 minutes.
Could you imagine watching every day? Wonder how often she puts these out.
She puts them out. Okay. See, so now
Maybe
she's like,
it's like it's your
Well-
gold rush, man. It's somebody could put on this in the background. And, yeah, why do these
See-
cats not breathe or look or anything?
look, so she's making up stories. She's like, oh, what? You couldn't sleep at all? Oh, you were so nervous that you couldn't sleep last night?
I hope
I mean, this
cat's
is
not
her-
stuff.
They're not. I at one time it showed like she feeds them like these little green balls or something beforehand. So I don't know if that's some sort of like cat relaxant. I mean, I don't think she's like, drugging them. She clearly loves these freaking cats. But
Yeah, catnip.
something like a chill tea or something. I don't know.
Catnip.
See? Oh my god, you haven't been able to eat or drink anything since yesterday?
That's so funny. You're going to be addicted to this. Well, this is kind of like what was that movie with Jim Carrey where he had his own little world there that he lived in and they recorded it? The Truman
Oh, the
Show.
Truman Show. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's like
this
the
is
Truman Show, but for this
cat
cat.
Cat Truman shows. You killed
Cat
it.
Truman. Cat Truman.
See? I
Oh,
can
there's
see you're
size up.
very dehydrated.
우선
Let me measure your moisture level first.
볼게요.
How's she gonna measure it? Ready? Okay.
얘는
The hydro doctors at the headquarters invented this device. I told you. She's always talking about the headquarters, man. I love it. I love it.
That's so wild. They'll end up making like a anime off of this series,
Yeah.
probably.
I wouldn't be surprised. The hydro doctors at the headquarters invented this device. Dude, I'm gonna use that in my personal life. Like people ask me about something, I'm like, oh, dude, well, headquarters told me. Why were you late? I had a meeting with headquarters ran a little long. Sorry. Oh
That's
man.
great.
Let's jump around here. On top of that,
됐던 분.
if it senses extreme dihydration, so she's, dude, gold. We were just talking about gold rush. That's the way people look for gold. Dowsing rods. Do you know
Oh,
about
really?
dowsing rods? They use it to look for ghosts, but what it's really
Ghosts.
doing
I've
is,
seen them in ghosts.
so what it can really do is it's actually pulling off the very light magnetic pull from the earth, and like depending
Oh, it
on,
actually works.
yeah.
I just thought it was like a Ouija board, kind of
It
thing.
it can be, but it does also work. Like it can sense, I guess water pulls it for some reason. So if you find like old water beds under 30 feet underground, like there's a good chance there's gold in there. So it doesn't necessarily mean like boom, hey, there's gold here.
Yeah.
It just means there's some sort of formation or, material.
Well, that's interesting.
But dude, that's so nuts. You went from gold shit to cat massages, and she's using dowsing rods on a cat.
That is.
I saw house-sized giant 2 silver sharks.
이 두 마리가
Well,
헐러울 춤을 추고 있는
Dancing along with the waves.
거라고요.
This lady
모습이
is like a fucking artist. She's like a savant.
통과하시고
I think it means, so she had a dream where she saw these sharks dancing, and she thinks it means that she's going to pass the preliminary and ultimately win first place
으로
at the cat competition.
wow.
같아요.
Wow.
님 걱정하지 마시고
The
김구덕님
cat headquarters.
혹시
Yeah, so I don't know if you're ever
What's
bored.
the cat's name? Kim? Is that what they said?
I think her name is Kim.
Oh,
I don't know what the cat's
yeah,
name is.
that's, let's see. How do you say? Bear Soongyoong.
Oh, yeah. Bear Soongyoong, I
Bear
think, or
Soongyoong.
Soongyoong.
Yeah.
This is the most patient and accepting cat in the world.
It is.
Yeah, see, comatose cat.
I can't wait until she's like comes on there, and she's like, headquarters told me to burn down the house and get rid of all evidence. And she's got like the cat and like tearing,
Bad
strikes a lighter and
news.
starts a fire. Yeah.
Word came from headquarters yesterday. Like,
Oh, that woman, she's could be a creative genius, or she could be like off her fucking rocker.
well, see,
You know?
that's why it's great. Like, you know, she's clearly like super creative and she's a thinker, you know, and she's like, you know what, let me go
Yeah.
ahead and set up this whole cat massage YouTube game instead of like, you know, let me take down a government or something like that.
Yeah. It's certainly very unique and creative.
Dude, she's killing it though. I mean, she's great. And like everything is so pretty, you know, like
It
colorful
does
and
have
the audio
good
is
aesthetic.
right. Audio is awesome. It does seem to be.
I bet she's on TikTok. Guaranteed it.
Yeah, well, she's doing these
Gotta
shorts.
be.
Extreme toe bean stretch compilation.
Yeah, I guaranteed she started on TikTok, and then you don't make money on TikTok, so she moved it over to YouTube. Bears.
You checking?
Yeah, I was going to check if I could.
Oh. Speaking of TikTok, did you see? We went viral, man.
What? Did we?
I hate that it always plays a video. What the hell is this weird stuff, man? Okay, so one day I was so bored. One of the games I loved the most for whatever, I guess I loved going to batting cages when I was a kid, you know, or whenever I'd go
sure.
to a batting cage. Today batting cages are so fun. I like baseball. So I've always been out every baseball game that came out with VR. I was like on it. And then MLB actually released a real game, Home Run Derby VR. This is like 3 years ago. It was super bare bones, and I was like on top of it. I was even like, you know, communicating with the developer because I was so into it. And I was like, you got to get Fenway in there. And they only had a few. So one day, I just randomly, a couple months ago, or no, like a month ago, pulled it out. Well, you know, the game. And I didn't know they secretly, along the way, updated it to include every stadium from every baseball field in the country. So I was like, dude, this is insane. I was able to go to Fenway. It puts you in like you're in the like a back room, like, you know, where the players stand, and like that's your hut, and it's got like Red Sox everywhere. And then like you can look at leaderboards, you can do settings from there, and that's where you start the actual game. But I was like blown away by how much work they had done on this game that I was obsessed with for a while, but just kind of stopped. And then I randomly open it, and it's a whole new game with everything I had ever wanted from it.
I love whenever a game does that.
You know what I mean? It's
infrequent, but it does happen from time to time.
It couldn't have been more perfect. I was like, I literally am just like, is this the same? All these, wait a minute. I'm piecing together. I'm like, oh wait, I think they added a stadium or two. And then I click a button and it shows, I'm like, oh, they added every stadium. And then I'm like, oh my God, that Fenway must be there. I'm like, oh no, it's Fenway. And then not only is it Fenway, like the dugout and like the helmets and even the grip tape on the baseball bat is branded to each. So if you pick Fenway, you know, it's got the Red Sox on the tape.
Wow.
So I was so psyched on it. I was like, oh, just film me real quick and I'll throw it up on TikTok. So we made this video. Oh, I could probably pull it up on the computer, right?
Oh yeah, I've seen the Home Run Derby video
TikTok.com.
on our Space Debris account on TikTok.
Oh boy. Oh my God. No.
Uh-oh.
See, this is the problem with TikTok. Please stop.
Yeah.
See, it shows you
One of
stuff
them.
that you don't want to see. Like if I
that's
accidentally open it up at work, it's just like
Blast and stuff.
yeah, and I'll forget. Like I would like, oh, let me check on that video. and then like something crazy.
There it
Okay,
is, right off the bat.
boom.
the Boston Red Sox dugout.
Daily Idea Optical Illusion.
All right.
Okay. TikTok on desktop is a nightmare. I mean, I guess it's a nightmare on mobile too. But yeah, so I had no idea about anything. I was just literally psyched that this game had all these new things in it. So I was like, film it. And then you were like, you sent me a message about it and you're like, hey man, real smart. Because that home run derby that's happening tonight. And I'm like, no.
The one day of the year.
I was like, are you fucking
The
serious?
one day.
I mean, it's pretty coincidental. Like, wow, what are the odds? But the only thing that takes away from it is like, I think they updated the game because of home run derby.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'd
So,
say so.
but
Worked
the
out just
idea,
perfect.
the reason I opened it was not, it was just completely random. I was just bored of Pistol Whip and Beat Saber, and actually it's good for your back, like the home run derby. So, you know, that swinging motion, it's literally just cracking your back a lot. So I was like, yeah, I was kind of rusty. So I put it on to stretch. And then that's when I saw all that stuff. But we ended up getting, I think, like 1,421 views or something like that. It went over
that's pretty good.
1,400. And then, like, little kid was like, how are you playing this? Is it on Oculus? And I'm like replying, and somebody asked me what the game's called. But there you go. They can see I'm in the Fenway, Boston. You can see Boston everywhere.
Yeah, that's so cool. You can visit each of the places.
All right.
Kill the volume a little bit. It's such a great game. It's probably. Do you have it, or is it on Viveport?
I don't know if it's on Viveport or not. I can find out.
So you see those?
Have you seen?
Yeah.
There's a new baseball game that's supposed to be for training professional. It's supposed to be more professional.
Well, I was on a
It's called-
beta for a game just like that. So it might be
it's
that
called
game.
Pitch VR. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, they like charge extra to get faster speeds of
Yeah.
pitching, which was kind of ridiculous.
That's nuts. So yeah, I was in on, I was like in their Discord or something like years ago, like when it was barely anything. And I was off put by like it was like too much setup to get up and running.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
all
it
this
didn't
is
look-
all new to me. I had no idea about this. This is crazy. Dude, $29 a month? What is going on?
Yeah, it's on Viveport. Yep.
Which one? The
Home Run
MLB?
Derby. Yep.
Nice. You got to give it a go. But look, see
Yeah, I'll
these
have
see
to
that
try it out.
see that 3x? 2x, 3x.
Oh yeah.
Over the top of the stadium, there's these little, well, they're pretty big, and if you hit one of those, you get 2x the points or 3x the points. I was like top. I literally was top. I think I was first in the world for a while, and then it got more popular, and I was like fifth in the world. Even now, my old top score, I think I'm like 20th in the world. But that score was
That ain't
so
bad.
damn hard to get. I think people cheat. They use like one hand or something because it's
Probably.
yeah, and it's not the best
Well, it's-
physics.
It's probably on Viveport or not Viveport, Quest Edition now too, which would make the amount
don't-
of people playing.
I actually don't think it is.
Oh no, it wasn't. No,
Yeah.
we looked it up for
Daily
that
Idea
kid.
Optical
Yeah, that's right.
Illusion 3D.
Oh my god. Oh, and I just realized I'm gonna probably have to cut that shit because of that song, because it's only allowed on TikTok, not YouTube. But whatever, it doesn't matter. The point was, we did a TikTok coincidentally on the exact same day as the home run derby about a home run derby game, and
Do you
we
want
got
to
some views.
stop recording for a second so you'll have the spot?
No, it's cool. I'll put it up.
Okay.
If
Okay.
YouTube lets us say like, yeah, just cut that shit out. Like if somebody
Oh.
claims like a minute of it,
Oh.
I can just be like, cut it. There's
Oh.
we've cut quite a few things out, but it's like literally like 20 seconds here, or 20 seconds there. Stupid
Yeah.
stuff.
It's such a shame that how it's like this. I mean,
Yeah.
it's only good whenever you share other people's content, honestly.
Yeah. Well, that's what YouTube's usually good if we're just watching YouTube videos. Those people don't care unless it's, really big up there. But all right. I mean, we checked out some interesting stuff. We got a little. Oh my God, Blackhead. She put like
Yeah, the
fake.
cat massage.
Um.
I wanted to know, you said something about there was like a package from space or something like that?
Oh, all right. Here, let's just run through these couple of other. This one popped up the other day, where Earth spun faster than ever. So on June
Oh, that's
29th,
scary.
it was really only a 23-hour, 58 second, 58 point 39 or 41 seconds instead of 24 hours. And apparently this is happening more and more. I don't know.
That's really strange.
Yeah, nobody really knows why. I mean, the shape of Earth is not really spherical. It's not a perfect circle. So depending on where we are in the axis, that could affect it. There's a bunch of different things that could do that.
I think it wobbles slightly too, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
Yeah, a little bit of wobbling
think
going
that-
on.
But I don't like breaking new records though. That's weird.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then when you're combining records, and it's like, oh, we got space to be crashing, and then like the heat waves and storms, and then 23-hour days, and it's like, what little.
I'm okay with weird stuff as long as it's not like breaking records, and unfortunately we're breaking a lot of records these
Yeah,
days.
and then consistently breaking those broken records.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
cool like when you're chasing leaderboards and pistol whip, that's one thing, but
Yeah.
when it's
A
like,
little different.
yeah, if Earth continues to log shorter days, scientists may eventually have to subtract a second from atomic clocks. So one thing to point out is I don't think they only started the atomic clock in the 60s.
The 60s.
So, I mean, it's not that long. Like, who knows? Maybe in the 1800s, we had like 20-hour days. And
Yeah. That's
so-
still a good, that's 80 or
yeah,
80
it's
years
up there.
from- so
60 or
it's
something
still
like that.
odd.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's just, and like I said, everything we're looking at is just like odd. It's just like, well, that's a little weird, and then that's a little weird, and the space debris, that's a little off-putting, and it's a little
Yeah.
strange. And it does seem like, maybe they're all parts of one bigger picture, right?
Sure.
Fucking star jelly, space jelly outside my house.
But there's no telling really what
That's true.
it could be. I mean, I'm sure
Every day's a new
we're
day.
doing a lot of we're doing a lot to aid a lot of the issues, but there's really no telling about a lot of it. I did see where there's like I seen something on Reddit the other day where there was like a clock in New York that is on a countdown that tells how many days until it's too late to stop global warming.
Oh.
And I don't know how they figured out the data for it, but I don't know. But it's got a countdown. There's like 6 years until we're too late to stop global warming and we go into a spiral, which is a little scary.
Yeah, and like that's like every other movie. It's like, oh, I came from the future and it's all fucked up. You guys
Yeah.
gotta stop. And we're like,
Yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, these things, all these little things could be signs of like do something different, maybe, because
Oh yeah,
all
we've
this
had
shit.
signs for years,
Yeah.
like from Katrina. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
big time.
it's been going on for a long time, and we don't really act on it.
So here in 2020, the planet saw at the time the 28 shortest days in recorded history. So yeah, so since 2016, the Earth started to accelerate. This year, it rotates quicker than in 2021 and 2020.
They did do good with the ozone, I reckon. I know the ozone was a big deal back whenever I was young, and
Yeah, 80,
I reckon they
90s.
actually helped it out. Yeah, I think they actually did something and helped that out, if I'm not mistaken. Some aerosol bans and
Yep,
whatnot.
yep. It's mainly corporations and like limiting that stuff, and they definitely do their
Yeah,
best.
it's all about policy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Changing
The
all
same,
these things, it's all about policy.
just like we were saying about space debris re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. Like, hey, let's give each other a little heads up, just to be safe. Dude,
For sure.
my chair keeps.
There's just so much greed right now that it's
There's a
I
lot.
don't know. It's a disaster.
It's a tough. It's definitely. It's like, we're coming out of something, like, and then we're not really coming out of it, and then there's other things, and like, it's it's a lot. It's a lot, and then you see, so you're taking all this stuff in over here, and then you see these little stories, weird things over here, and you're just like, what's happening? What am I doing? That's why it's good to escape with the space debris boys. We've got cool stuff. We just wanted to talk about this stuff to kind of like get a format worked out and do it again, because it's been a while. Because I was preparing, I've had some stuff going on, and Kev had some stuff going on. We're just kind of getting our shit together, I guess.
Yeah, what's up with all the is it Igus and the little guy on your shirt there? What's his name?
Oh, this is by an artist, Daniel Johnston. Whoa.
Yeah, but there was that TV show.
Oh, I know what you're thinking of.
Is that
Real
not
Monsters.
the same thing?
No.
Yeah, is that
This
not
is way before. This is way before Real Monsters.
What? You're kidding.
There's an artist named Daniel Johnston, and I was a big fan of him. Tennessee? Oh, I know.
The character in the Real Monsters name was Krumm, and I thought that's who you had on your shirt there.
Here, hold on, let me pull up Krumm.
But apparently that guy was
Yeah, he's from like the 80s. So, dude, Daniel Johnston is a genius. He's a bit of a, he had mental problems. So all of his, like, he's passed away. Yeah, it is nuts. They ripped that right from. The only difference is it's his hands holding it.
yeah, and they give him some armpit hair, but yeah.
So
yeah, he don't have hands, does it? I could have swore that's what was going on there.
Oh wow, he died on September 11th, 9/11, 2019. So I was lucky. So I'm a big fan of Daniel Johnston. I watched his documentary, and like I like the albums. He's really kind of a savant. He did art, but he also like was obsessed with the Beatles and would like record and make his own recordings. And there's this one funny clip, man. Hold on. So he's a very unique person. Here we go. So he was so dedicated. What is this? Oh, I see. Okay. So he was so like, he wanted to be a musician and he was obsessed with everything. He took his little tape and he knew, back in the day, MTV used to film like randomly live, like spring break or whatever. So he knew they were
Yeah.
going to be filming. So he went there and brought his tape and was like, "Hi, I'm Daniel Johnston, and you're going to put me on MTV." Like, very
Oh,
sincere.
really?
In Austin, musicians and their friends gather around the open grill on summer afternoons and enjoy the local
So this was an
delicacies.
MTV News.
This is Daniel Johnston, local man about town, musician. Everyone knows who he is. But
Look, he's
say hi
holding
to
his
everyone.
cassette tape.
My name is Daniel Johnston. This is the name of my tape, and it's Hi, How Are You? And I was having a nervous breakdown when I recorded it. How you doing? We're having a casual conversation on national TV. This is
That's
the
so
David Thorne.
strange.
Hey, this is my album. I was having a nervous breakdown when I recorded it.
That's so wild.
And he's
Have you
dead.
listened to that?
Deadpan. Yeah. Oh my god, his music's it's very slow. You know, it's not like produced crazy high level. Some of it is, but it's some of the best art. There's even a compilation album from like big indie artists all covering his stuff and like really kind of polishing it up. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful music. I'd play some, but we'll probably get claimed for it. There's one song I love. I Had Lost My Mind. Like, I had lost my mind. It's a very unique sound. Couple. Anyway, so he did everything like art, you know, weird art. I have another one. Well, I got his album here.
Yeah, I think the people that did the real monsters absolutely ripped him off, no doubt about it.
Oh, there's another one of his
Well.
art pieces. He did a lot
Well.
of like yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I don't know. If anything, I would think it would be like an homage to him, because you know what had happened. It's a weird story. Like he did kind of get into the indie scene, and then like Wilco, I think, kind of brought him in. He did kind of get his dream. I got to see him live maybe in 2016 or 2017, and it was, you know, really cool for me because like I was a musician and I was like really into it. It's almost like any story of somebody that just overcomes everything and still does what they wanted to do. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's awesome.
And
Yeah.
it kind of hits me there like that. And like you
sure.
see him, he's so unique, this guy. How are you doing? We're having a casual conversation on national TV.
Everyone knows who he is, but say hi to everyone.
My name is Daniel Johnston. This is the name of my tape, and it's Hi, How Are You? And I was having a nervous breakdown when I recorded it. How you doing? We're having a casual conversation
so
on national
wild.
TV.
He's amazing.
David Thornberry from Daniel Johnston. And Dave, here
Yeah.
I am on MTV holding up my tape. Hi, how are you? And they're recording me tonight. I'm on MTV. Remember when we used to watch MTV back
That's
home?
his friend, by the
Look,
way.
I'm on MTV, David.
Well,
Because he would tell his
I'm
friend, like,
gonna-
I'm telling you, I'm gonna get an MTV. I'm gonna do it. And they're like, you're crazy. You're not gonna do anything, man. Your music's so. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get on MTV. And that's why, like, he literally like had
There he
to
is.
shove it in his face. Hey,
Yeah.
David, I'm talking to you. Here I am. I'm on MTV, aren't I? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, he showed him for sure.
When
I'm
I saw
gonna
him,
watch his video later. He's got an NPR Tiny Desk concert. Actually, I like watching those. And I'm
so
gonna
here's
watch
his site. Beautiful. You know what they did. He'd write these little stories. Like he was always like in love, like chasing a girl that he knew wouldn't be with him, and like it's very painful stuff, you know. But what they did is now that he's passed, all of his artwork and music goes to charities for mental disability and all this stuff. Like even that album I showed, it's a 1 of 1,000, but it's specifically because it went to charities, and like they're putting all these special versions. Vans even teamed up with him. I have 2 pieces of Vans clothes that's Daniel Johnston artwork, and they give a big portion. Actually, I have the thing right here. That's like the tag.
Wow, that is really cool. I'm definitely gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, Vans is proud to partner with the Hi How Are You project to celebrate the life and work of Daniel Johnston and help provide a platform for the exchange of ideas and education on mental well-being. Yeah, it's really
Wonder
cool.
what kind of disability he had.
Well, let's see if there's any Daniel Johnston stuff. I mean, this is so cool. His artwork's really interesting.
Yeah, it is.
I had a
Yeah,
dream.
I like stuff like that.
You love it. So the documentary is called "The Devil and Daniel Johnston," because at one point, like,
Okay,
he really thought the devil was like after him. Like, I think he crashed a plane, like a small,
wow.
like 2-person plane. I think he's actually from Texas. Yeah, Waller, Texas. But he definitely had some issues, you know. But
Yeah. Yeah,
let's see if we go to
I'm
YouTube.
definitely gonna have to.
I'm trying to think what song. Yeah. Oh, there's the Tiny Desk you're saying. If I do like a minute of it.
Every time I think and I do get by, and I have all my friends and I do get high, but every time I can't.
Let's see if there's. Do they
Said
have
he
the
was
track list?
bipolar.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I would think there's a little something.
True.
But
This
that's,
song, "True Love Will Find You in the End." It is like the writing.
Yeah, they say it's so pure and innocent.
Exactly. Like, so
Childlike.
chop off all ego, chop off all everything, and like this is the art that you get. And like true love will find you in the end. You'll find out just who was your friend. Don't be sad, I know you will, but don't give up until true love will find you in the end. This is a promise with a catch. Only if you're looking can it find you, because true love is searching too. But how can it recognize you if you don't step out into the light? The light. Don't be sad, I know you will. Don't give up until true love will find you in the end. Like, it really, did true love find Daniel Johnston in the end is the top search.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't. And that's part of it. Believe me, it was
But he never
emotional.
stopped looking.
Exactly. It was an emotional experience seeing him live and in person. And like, you know, he got to tour the country and play and it packed shows and everybody
That's
just applauding, really loving him. What was the other song? There's one I really liked. I think Death Cab covered it. It's like Sleep, Dreams. Yeah, Dream Scream.
Had a heart attack.
Everything you've done.
Yeah, I'm just destroying it. But yeah, there's so much good from him.
Yeah, that's really neat.
This was
definitely
the
gonna-
album. Late great Daniel Johnston discovered covered. So like a bunch of different artists covered him. What's in my bag?
Yeah, I'd like to watch that documentary also. I bet that's pretty interesting.
The documentary is what pulled me in. When I saw that, I was like, you know?
Yeah, that's cool.
Here's a little interview with him.
Hello, welcome to Studio SX. Thank you for being patient.
South
I
by
think you'll be
Southwest.
rewarded for your patience. My name is Jason Gross from Perfect Sound Forever. We have a very special guest with us for an interview, Mr. Daniel Johnston.
Very good.
Thank you for being with us today.
No problem. It's an honor and a pleasure to see you all here today.
Looks a little different from that clip of him on MTV, right?
Thank you, Daniel.
Yeah,
Let's start out.
for
Could
sure.
you talk about what attracted your interest first? Was it painting or music?
Music, for sure. I remember the Monkees was the record we'd play all the time. The first
Cutting out
Monkees
some
album,
for some reason.
and we'd all pretend we were the Monkees.
What's up?
Oh.
Then we had Elvis.
The
Presley's,
audio's cutting out for
Christmas
some
album.
reason.
And we had
Probably just
409 album. We just
killing
play 'em
the
all the time and
stream.
pretend like we were.
Anyways,
Yeah,
all right.
It did that before, cut out like that. On the last stream we did in certain parts. That's very strange. Have you tried that new walkabout mini golf course?
Oh, no, I got to. I mean, that's what I'd be doing tonight. I'll do it tomorrow.
It blows
Labyrinth?
my mind. It's so much better than you would ever think it'd be. So much better. It's got new It's like got.
I know
there's animated
they said
things.
they turned it into like a game. It's like a labyrinth game inside of the
Yeah,
game.
there's way more to it than it's so freaking awesome.
All right. Well, I'll do that. We're supposed to do a podcast from there.
Yeah, yeah.
So
we,
maybe
we
I'll
should do that.
I'll see if Kaz is around next weekend or something, and we could do a labyrinth mini golf. So regarding
They
that
did
orb,
such a great job.
yeah, I don't want to get it spoiled.
yeah.
So I'm
Okay. Yeah, the orb that the
Yeah,
one that had the yeah, I want to know
antenna
about that.
on it. So a specialized team at the Secretary of the Navy of Mexico and/or the Secretary of National Defense needs to collect it and turn it in for special study. I mean, come on, what the? You know what I mean? Like, how could it not be a fraud? That's really it. That.
Yeah, but what the crap?
A prominent meteorologist. And just to say, just because it's a thing, Mexico does have a little bit of a history with faking UFO stuff, and because there's a huge UFO community there, and there's a lot of fraud. Like I think, was it Mexico? They did the like the alien like through a window, or that might have been South America, not Mexico. Do you remember that clip?
No, I do not. But
Let me see if I do.
I did read about this container, and they acted like it wasn't anything new, like it's a common thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that capsule. If you read the article, they say it's like a normal thing, and they got a timer built in, and it will unlock at a certain time, and it's something. It's actually not like a rare occasion. But no, I did not know Mexico. I knew they had chupacabras.
Dude,
Isn't that where the chupacabras from?
I think I said this on the pod before. I swear I saw a chupacabra. I drove to South by Southwest in Texas from here, and it's like a day and a half, 2 day drive, and we were
Like
close.
Chupacabra back roads.
It was on the side of the road. It was like at 3 a.m, and like my headlights lit it up. It was like eating like a carcass, and it literally was like into my headlights, and and its eyes kind of lit up and looked red. I mean, it could have been a just no-haired dog with mange, but like it had these ears, and like I looked at it, and even the kid, I was with a bunch of kids in the car, I hit him. I'm like, dude, that's a fucking chupa. Like there was enough time, as I was coming up, and he too was like, it looks like a fucking chupacabra, but so does a shitty dog. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I've called quite a few things chupacabras in my day, but I don't think they really were. But you never know.
They have. I don't want to get into chupacabra, but they do have supposedly what they think are chupacabras, like a body of one, and like
Yeah.
they said it
I've
was
seen
different enough. Yeah, different enough from a dog or a coyote that it's its own species, and they just so they basically think chupacabras are real. They're just like shitty wolf, coyote, dog things that are really unhealthy.
Yeah, like really weird, inbreded or something. Like
Yeah. All right, this might be the one I was talking about. Let's just watch this because this is gonna be funny.
These creatures are lawn and friend fighting. Others had more than they bargained for. The North Carolina stumped them, convinced.
Brought him now.
Many
Yeah.
witnesses passed, but
None of these are good. The top one had the.
extraterrestrials didn't have to worry about being spotted.
I remember
Where
that
grab it?
one.
What?
That one's scary.
I've never seen that one.
Yo, that's gonna give me nightmares.
That's weird.
Grays tend to be the ones.
Yeah, that's really gonna give me
Could you
nightmares.
imagine playing a VR game and being like in the woods and having like a shitty flashlight and walking around, and then that thing like does that?
Yeah, that's too much. I do think VR needs a UFO game. I have a whole campaign drafted up for Pistol Whip that's based around getting abducted.
Just about 4:45, and take a look at this viral video from La Junta in southeastern Colorado.
This
All
isn't
right,
the one I'm
Vivian
talking
Gomez
about.
wrote on
But this
Facebook
one's
that her
hilarious.
security
Have you seen this
camera
one?
captured this on Sunday morning.
No, but
There are
it's-
people on Facebook who say it looks like Dobby from Harry Potter, or
Look
a
at.
ghost or an alien.
he did a little chicken dance.
Underwear. We had Lisa doing her Sunday morning dance. I don't know, Lisa, were you in the on Sunday?
Yeah, he did a little chicken dance.
The video has been
It's ridiculous.
11 million people.
That's got to be a little. It's a kid or something, you know. But that's still
There
not
ain't
the.
no telling, man. People are wild.
That's not the one. Let's see. Let me just put it in Mexico. Maybe that was it. No. On security camera, floating, walking. What the hell? See, Google hides this stuff, man.
It's popping up the same stuff no matter what you put.
It was like this family, and they freaked out. They were like, "Oh, good look at it," and they started like, let's see if we do that. Family. Dude, none of this stuff. It was a phone. All right. Shoot.
You know, you was saying there needs to be an alien game, and there is, and it's on sale for $1.39 right now. Alien Dawn.
Dude, they just announced Servios is back.
Oh, I meant to tell you about that. I seen that. I did. I meant to tell you about that.
Yeah, so they're making that game is already one of the most modded games to be in VR anyways, that Alien Isolation or whatever it is, right? That was one of the first big games that was modded to work great in VR, where you could see the fucking alien on your little wrist thingy.
Yeah. Wonder what the target is. That going to be for a PlayStation experience? Probably is what I'm guessing they're doing that for.
What?
I mean, hopefully it will come to all the Aliens.
I think it's coming. I think it's coming to all.
Yeah, they probably will. Oh, and it was made on the Unreal 5 engine. Did you see that?
I did not, but that's a big deal.
Yes. Yeah, it says the game will take full advantage of Servio's expertise in creating immersive and authentic gaming experiences, and is being developed for the PC, console, and VR, created using the Unreal Engine 5. How about that? Like,
we'll see.
Wouldn't it be crazy if the first playable game in, like, I don't think there's an actual game out that has the Unreal 5 engine. Well,
Yeah.
Fortnite does. But besides that, there's like a demo of Matrix, but no other games use the Unreal 5 engine. But wouldn't that be wild if the first Unreal 5 engine game that come out was a VR game?
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of when they were building it, they were like, VR was a big focus, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, Servios, if it had
Here, I'll pull it up.
some new talent thrown in with it, because they're pretty talented overall. They're a little bit off in a few parts. But if they hire in some new talent,
Yeah,
they
I
could
mean,
really make.
Creed was good, and, it was fine. I get a workout from it. It's pretty good. I can't believe they released
their games.
a PC edition version of that you play flat, the same game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's just like they're out of touch with the community, is what it seems. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like
And nobody
they're not-
liked that. The flat game, everybody's like, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, freaking autocorrect. Why does nobody care about Servios?
Yeah,
Am
I
spelling
actually
it
just
wrong?
typed in Servios, and then no, you got it right.
I'm telling you, more and more, I'm like done with Google.
Get on that DuckDuckGo.
Duck, yeah. It's finding shit is harder than ever. Yeah, new
Let's see,
Alien
I
game will
dropped
be
a link.
single player. Oh, well, what is it? Is it this or?
I'll put it in the links thing on the Discord. It's just the main website.
Let's see. Oh, shoot. Ugh.
Oh,
I thought it was Servios. Servivios.
oh yeah, you need a U in there, don't you? Oh no, it's got a. Oh no,
I
you
got
got
it.
it. And then it don't show it. You have to go up to games. If you
Raw
click the
data, though, was
games-
still so good.
Yeah, for its time, it was amazing.
Well,
All their games
in-
are like
in
beautiful.
news. Yeah. Oh, we were
I
loving
really
Sprint
wish-
Vector, remember?
I wish they would relaunch Sprint Vector.
It's a heck of a
'Cause
game.
It was the locomotion's still better than most games made right now.
Yeah, Unreal 5. Yeah, I saw they're hiring like crazy, but nothing I can
Yeah,
do.
well, they got what is that? Fox money now? It would be, I guess. Yeah.
Well, they've already had, that's what they did. The first thing they did was when they signed up with Creed and, they started
Yeah,
making all that
they,
weird stuff, the Westworld Awakening. Oh, yeah, which I have, by the way, and I've never played it.
It's on the Vive port, and I've never played it. I even downloaded it and never played it.
Yeah, you know what else I have? I never played the Wolfenstein VR. I bought it, downloaded it, and I never played it.
I've never tried
Yeah,
it. You
there's an
see this
official
ripoff?
Cyberpilot, this Wolfenstein game.
No. I've never tried that either.
This is like 2
I
years
didn't
old.
buy it, though. Yeah. Did you say you did play it, or?
No, I keep meaning to.
Oh no. Yeah. Of course, another game I never played. I never played the Doom VR.
So I did like an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then it was Doom VFR, right? Very fucking R, virtual fucking reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wish I played more of it. I wish Doom released. Hey, who knows, right? It still could happen. So here, just to wrap up, what?
It seems like, does that have co-op? Let me look. I'm looking. real
Maybe.
quick. No, it doesn't.
I mean,
it doesn't.
all right. Well,
Anyways,
so this orb, right? They just said it's a bizarre metal orb and it has a secret code. Like right off the bat, you're like, well, what the fuck, How many orbs you find with secret codes and like, I don't know.
yeah, it sounds very strange.
And then it says perhaps containing valuable information inside. Like, how do
But
you know?
they-
Anything could potentially contain valuable information inside. Like, what does that mean?
Well, if you scroll on down in the article there, they act like that this is a common thing. I don't know what they
Let's
do with it.
It appears to be made very hard plastic, various metals. It has an antenna. Oh, here's a.
Have you seen this orb?
Prominent Mexican meteorologist Isidro Canaluna posted
No,
late
the
this
article
weekend that this
keeps-
mystery orb.
What?
Going down. There's Call Me Chris on the bottom right. Yeah, if you can keep scrolling down
fell on a tree in
and
Veracruz,
there's more of the
Mexico.
article.
This is Canaluna.
If it actually said anything.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that's what's weird about it. Have you seen this orb? Do you know anything about it? And then they're actually like they're begging people to contact them because they're basically. I mean, it's got to be man-made.
Yeah, for sure. It's got like
but
an antenna. And,
People who saw it falling from the sky said it emitted a sound but no fire. And then they even said it could be part of the Chinese rocket. That's what we started the podcast talking about.
yeah.
But I don't think, why would it be? And then let's see, personal suggestion, do not touch it or get close to it until it's reviewed and it's radioactive. It all just seems like they're trying to make it into something, you know?
Yeah, it does kind of seem like that. But
Like, why is it all big,
they acted
all caps?
like, yeah,
I know. I see.
I
We'll
don't
get down to it. Let's see. But in the fact that there's a code and no hole, and then they said something about there's a timing mechanism, and then here you go. They say these spheres, so plural, timing mechanism that at a certain time they open by themselves and show the valuable information they have inside. It's like such a setup, like where like it's like a church, like a mega church or something. Like, oh, we have this message and we don't know what it's gonna say, and it's gonna be the most important thing, and then like they open it up and it's like the most important message, and it's like, be nice to each other. You know, it's some shit like that. Like, be kind to one another. So I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up. Oh, and here we go. Suspected debris. Boom.
It
So
kinda
technically,
made me think.
yeah.
Imagine if nowadays with as many satellite launches, what if they start blasting like, I don't know, a 20-pound chunk of cocaine on a rocket to a spot, and they can put it anywhere.
Now that's
and
an
just
idea.
drop it in a ball.
That's an
That
idea.
could be just full of cocaine, and they're just dropping it. Wouldn't that be
Okay,
wild?
well, that's a different idea. They did that in like that movie. What was it, Below or something like that? They were like just kicking it out of the plane at a certain place, and they knew on the ground where to go and get it. Like
yeah, but with rockets.
Yeah. What I thought you were saying is let's shoot them off into space. Like, you know, we send the Voyager disc, like just in case aliens find it and they have all this information about us. Fucking pounds of weed and cocaine and heroin and just any aliens
With an
gonna be
American
like,
flag.
yeah, well, like in a,
And
like
a
a little
phone number.
diagram, like a needle, like a step-by-step pipe thing, or
Yeah.
depending on which drug. And then the aliens are out there like, oh, you gotta do that and do that. Okay. Oh, you know, like, oh, this is nice. That's what we should try. Never mind freaking records. Give them some drugs,
Yeah.
man. Some booze.
They
even.
can
Take
fold
it
up
easy.
an American flag and put a calling card in it to the president, and then put all that other information in there.
Yeah, like a dealer.
Got your capsule. And we want to speak to America, please.
I bet you would get aliens quicker that way than some fucking golden record. They're like, especially the coke. Are you kidding me? They'd be zapping around, bouncing around from planet to planet. Like, where did this shit come from? But okay, so device, blah blah blah. They don't know. It's not there anymore. It's been taken away. They said it's made of 7 alloys. Like, but that doesn't mean anything.
It's so weird, but this is on Vice. You know, Vice is pretty. You know, what are they doing here?
Well, Device used to be cool, and now they're Disney owned. But I'll admit, I do like their stories, and I mean, they hire the right people, you know, for these weird things, and then they just like look at Reddit or whatever on like paranormal or UFOs or whatever.
Is Vice and Vox the same? Are they different? Or
They're different.
Did one transferred to the other? Did they?
Yeah, no, they're different. I don't think that there's any. Vice was
I
cool because
remember
it
they
started
used
up by
to
like
be-
skateboarders and stuff.
Was it Vice? They used to have like these documentaries, and it would be like this lady or this like Asian gentleman, and they would go to like the forest and find a frog and get the natives to get them to put that frog hallucinogenics on them, or they would find
Yeah,
the
no, Vice-
ecstasy labs or whatnot.
Vice was pretty hardcore for a bit there for a while. They did a show with an artist I like, David Cho, who's like kind of big now. He blew up because he owned some of Facebook because he did art for them. Like, he's been on Howard Stern. He had his own. He was one of the first podcasters. DVD Asa. He did a podcast with Asa Akira, and I used to listen to that shit like when it released each week. Like, that was like the origins of fucking podcast on iTunes in general. So David Cho's the man. But he started, one of the things that got him attention first was he did this show called Thumbs Up, I think, and for Vice, and it was just him hitchhiking everywhere. So he'd like start off in Mexico. Dude, they even crossed the border illegally just to see if they could do it. They shot themselves up with adrenaline, like,
wow.
just because you have to fucking run like a madman. So they literally like shoot themselves up like, okay, let's go. Run across the border. And then so he tries to go from like Mexico to like Canada or something without spending any money, just hitchhiking, getting on the train. You know, he meets a lot of like people doing the same thing, like train riders that like hitch, you know, like the hobos. Dude, you love that show if you check it out.
Back in the day. Yeah, it was really good back in the day.
I remember it being called Thumbs Up, but it's not even like, it's not even like a real show, you know, it's just them getting footage. See how to hitchhike across America. He did it with like his cousin or something.
Which is covered in shit.
Oh, there it is.
Well, no,
but it looked like it though, didn't it?
But you know what I mean? Just like meeting all like these interesting characters and stuff. That's the good shit.
Sure.
All right, it's getting late.
Yep.
My VR time is running out.
Yeah, you better get you some VR in. It was a
I think I gave up. I don't know.
Pod today.
Yeah, it was good. We'll catch up tomorrow and we can we'll see what's going on about doing something in the Labyrinth walkabout, because that's too good to miss. But maybe not tomorrow, next weekend. But we should still check in tomorrow and see what's up. All right, man.
That sounds like a plan to me.
We went long as we always do, but what can we say? It's been a while. It's good to catch up.
Yes, it was. I hope everybody's doing well.
Yeah. Anybody out there? That's right. We love you.
Watch out! Don't be too paranoid about satellites hitting you.
Yeah, take it easy.
5% chance in the next decade that one person will get hit. So.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's no
if you do get hit and you live, go do the lottery.
Yeah, that's big money. But all right, let's call it a day, and we'll touch back in soon. All right. Peace.
All right.
See you later. Next.
See ya.
Peace.
Space Debris Podcast.